Greetings, everybody. We have a new deck. It's the follow-on to Unwilling Sacrifice. The new one is Involuntary Vivisection. So you get to choose to tell me which sounds like a worse fate. Which one sounds like it's the worst thing to go through? Unwilling Sacrifice or Involuntary Vivisection? But we're going to play it now. We're going to show you. We had a deck we did previously called the Hurt Locker. And in it we had 4 copies of Enthralled to the Pit. And so that reminded me, I hadn't really done, although I'd experimented with them, I hadn't really done a deck where you use the red card spell to take control of your opponent's creature and then sacrifice it. It's a strategy that's been around for many, many years. But so I put together a deck I felt was a good one, and that was the Unwilling Sacrifice. But I wanted to do this Curse of Hospitality. I only had 1 in Unwilling Sacrifice, and I have 3 copies. So I wanted to sort of pivot a little bit, and still have a couple of the red control cards that temporarily take away the opponent's creatures. But I wanted to do more than just that. So let's see what happens when we can put a couple of curses on our opponent. I'd like Iconoclast to last a turn or two, but that's not entirely up to us. He does not attack? Okay. Forget tap lands. We can cast a spell now. We cast in the spell now. Morbid Opportunist. Alright. Yeah, come on through. Alright. Another one. Yeah, I knew it was too good to last. They got a nice little card draw advantage going, don't they? Alright, let's go ahead and take that one. Next, we finally get to attack. And with Curse out, we get 2 cards. We already played land, but we get our own Opportunist, which is kind of cool. Phyrexian Obliterator. Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, you know what? No attacks. I'm good with things the way they are. If they've got a spell to use to get rid of the Obliterator, they're going to have to use it to get rid of their own creature. Oh, that's just lovely. I like that. They've got to have one more spell. What is it you've got? Okay, so they're gonna kill their own creature. Okay, that's fine. We kind of expected that. Okay, so what do we do now? I don't have enough to do both spells, and I can't get past him. What happens if we just get rid of mine? We both draw a card, but then I get to draw 3 cards. Is he going to do the mill strategy or the plus up?
The truth. Flesh will always... Organic minds are easily quelled.
Yeah, let's give up ours. Okay, next. It's only 3 points and they get the stinger back. Do they actually... They do. They get in the way. He's going to lose both of those. He's going to lose all of his creatures. Maybe he just wants the card draw. Okay. Let's go ahead and try this. We're kind of tapped out, so our belly is exposed. He's got a lot of mana and a lot of cards. That was a nice little card draw advantage. He's ahead of us by a few. It's okay though.
Heal.
We do have stuff we can do. Ah, 2 of them. Is he going to exploit one? He doesn't. Alright, we just have to do this then.
You hesitate to accept the truth.
I don't know what he'll do with that, so I don't want to wait. Again, we're out of mana.
None of this calculates.
Never did bring him back. Conscript kind of got lost in the shuffle. What have we got for... We had a Go for the Throat and a Cut Down, and a Hero's Downfall. And I think he just misplayed. He put down the Undercover Operative first. That way he got a draw card out of it. Was that on purpose? If he has an easy removal, we've got a way to... There we go. Bingo. He's got a lot of... Oh, he's just going to fly over our head? Are you not going to cast a spell this turn? Because then Vadra gets pumped up. He's got to have something. Gravelighter. Resolve. I'm going to sacrifice Vadric. There he returns them. Okay, let's draw a card. Ah! Okay, fine. Let's get rid of you. What do you have left here? He's got a negate. Interesting. Okay. He does have a counterspell. He blocks that because he knows what curse can do. But I have... Oh, no, he didn't. He stopped at the last second? Well, that gives me this. And I can play his land, and I can put down my own creature. Alright, now I'm out of ammo. Take that deal. What creature do we want? Let's try draw off. That saves Vadric. Excellent. Let's get some cards. Let's see what else he's got. Here's Downfall. Hey, get rid of Gravelighter. I'll take a land, right? Or no, I already placed a land, so that'll go away. Yeah, let's put this down. They're both legendary, so no matter who he wants to kill, I can protect it. It just matters if he's got more counter spells I don't know about. Brings back the conscript. Okay. I can block the conscript. And if we ever get a good spell, it's going to be cheap thanks to Vadric. Yep. I wonder if we actually will just mill him out. Unlikely. I feel like I need to reload on my own ammo. Oh, excellent. Undead Butler goes away. We have 2 chances. If he blocks with Cult Conscript, he can stop 1, but we'd still get 2 cards from the 2 curses. Or he just lets him go. Okay, that was not a good choice because I have Trample, so I get 4 cards now to choose from instead of 2. That was a misplay. What do I want to do? Let's see, a creature did die, so I don't have to sacrifice, so I get to draw a card. And I get to get one of his lands. It doesn't do me much good to sacrifice anything right now, does it? Yeah. Okay, so we got rid of one of his removal spells as well. Oh, the Dreadhound. Now that could change everything. I think it's hilarious. I'm stealing his lands, and he's still matching me land for land, and I've got some of his. Give me removal. That's what I need. Ooh, we have a Jace. That's awesome. We'll just pay the mana for that. What's he got? Oh, I think we're done.
For the sake of Phyrexia, I will keep watch.
I think we can actually just mill him with his own cards. Target player mills 3 times 5. Oops. No, hang on. Mill 5. Why does it not... We have to do it by... We can't... I'm used to hitting the 5 button. There we go.
I pull one thread, and your entire mind unravels.
My deck turned into a mill deck. You are a dead man, opponent. That was fun. Alright, we'll go in and we'll show you... I feel like I showcased more of his deck than mine in a certain way, but let's go in and show you this deck. After we collect our rewards. Alright, in case I'm not mentioning this stuff, I always got to remember it might be somebody's first time watching. You're at Tpull's Corner. I'm your host, Travis. We've been around for a couple of years. I haven't tried to do the challenge of putting a video out every single day, so you might want to subscribe, because I do have a full-time job. But I do have a nice record going right now where I have put something out daily for quite a while. Alright, Involuntary Vivisection, named after the card Involuntary Employment, where we gain control of their creatures. And Vivisection is an additional cost to cast a spell. You sacrifice a creature and draw 3 cards. So we've built a little bit of card draw into this version of the deck. And that's a little bit different from the Unwilling Sacrifice, where we really concentrated on these control spells that take their creatures away from them and then sacrificing. We do still have a lot of sacrifice outlets here, but we don't have nearly as many cards that gain control of target creature. let's run down what we do have. We've got Fading Hope to bounce tokens, Flame Blessed Bolt to exile things like the zombies that can mill and bring back creatures in the graveyard. 2 Abrades to give us flexibility between creatures and destroying artifacts. 1 Fires of Victory. I'm in red and blue, and I've said this at least once. I don't know if that video is published or not yet, so I'll say it again here. So this might be the first time you guys hear it. But when I'm playing red and blue, Fires of Victory is my preferred spell because of all the advantages of kicking it. You can draw and replace the card, and that way I don't have to go over 60 cards. Galvanic Iteration. When you cast your next instant or sorcery, you get to copy the spell, and it has flashback, so you get the chance to use the spell a second time. 4 copies of Third Path Iconoclast. I'm really starting to appreciate this card. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you create the 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token you see to the right. And most of what we have for the rest of our stuff, except for a few creatures, is an instant or a sorcery. We only have, let's go in and show you. We only have 6 enchantments. We've got 9 creatures only, and the regular 24 lands. Average mana cost is 3.1, so that's good. And what else? We have 1 Blue Sun's Twilight. This is a game control card. This is a new Phyrexian card. I don't have a ton of the Phyrexian cards yet, but when I get them, I incorporate them into my ideas. So we can gain control of a target creature. If we happen to have X be 5 or more, we create a token that's a copy of that creature as well. So that's a nice 2-for-1 if we can afford it. 1 counterspell with Flip the Switch. We can also create a little zombie creature token that gives us a little sacrifice outlet. We have Geralf Visionary Stitcher that is also a sacrifice outlet. We could just, for 1 blue mana, sacrifice another creature. So if we do play one of these cards that takes control of another creature, we can just sacrifice it to Geralf and actually get a zombie creature out of the deal. Here's Bloody Betrayal. We use this in the Unwilling Sacrifice deck, just 1 copy. We get a blood token when we use that. I had 1 copy in Unwilling Sacrifice. This is one of the main things I built the deck around, Curse of Hospitality. I have 3 copies, and you saw how well we were able to use it in the first match there. We just get to exile. It depends on how many we have out, right? If we only have 1 Curse of Hospitality out, and we attacked with 3 creatures, we'd still get 3 copies off the top of the deck, but we'd only get to cast 1 of the cards. Okay? If we have 2 copies, we would have drawn 6 cards, and we would have been able to play 2 cards out of those 6. We have Pax Betrayal, which is another game control spell. Hey, get over there. I'm making a column for you guys. We have 3 copies of Vadric Astral Archmage. I tried with 4, and he popped up way too often. It was crazy. We can make some of these really cheap. Suddenly having a Fires of Victory that costs 1 less, or an Abrade that only costs 1 red mana is nice sometimes. Nice to have that for Flip the Switch. And we have Burn Down the House in Temporal Firestorm, which can be pricey as well. So I really like pairing Temporal Firestorm with Vadric. Makes things cheaper. And then, of course, the 4 Vivisections. Now, we don't normally use Vivisection, and I don't know how often you see Vivisection used in a deck for the other YouTube content creators. But we have... Let me go and find the other... Here's the thing. When we did Unwilling Sacrifice, it was a red-black deck, because your natural inclination when you think of Sacrifice is to think of the dark power, right? The black source. But when we got into Innistrad, there was a lot of carryover with the zombie motif between blue and black, right? So there was also a little bit of bleed over of the sacrifice into blue. And so here we have Innistrad cards from, let's see, where we've got a sacrifice here, and this is from both Innistrad expansions. So we've got a sacrifice feature here, and Grafted Identity. This is the enchantment R. These are the other 3 enchantments we have. Additional cost to cast a spell is to sacrifice a creature, and then you control enchanted creature. So this actually counts as another vehicle for us to get stuff. We have Involuntary Employment, which is part of what makes the name of the deck. And we have, this is the new card from Phyrexia. This is the Phyrexian red control card, Awaken the Sleeper. As always, you gain control. You untap their creature. It gains haste. This time, if it's equipped, you may destroy all equipment attached to that creature. You'll get the prompt before you attack. So if the equipment is pumping up the creature and you want to use that, you'll decline and just attack with the equipment and the benefits of that equipment. if you know you're going to lose that creature and you don't want them to keep the equipment, you just take action and you'll destroy that equipment before they attack. We also have one copy of Invoke the Winds, which is just plain gain control of target creature or artifact permanently. You don't even need to worry about sacrificing. It's just yours. It's not temporary. And so this is a nice little variation on the gain control of creature theme. We've only got a couple that have the temporary control from red, and that's why we have these sacrifice outlets to look at. For the blue, when we gain control of them, that's permanent. And to board wipes with Burn Down the House and Temporal Firestorm. That's the deck, that's the concept. And we're going to go do another round. So if you're new, remember to like and subscribe. And we're still a small channel, so the likes actually, I think, have a disproportionate effect on helping us to be included in the YouTube algorithm. So whether you're brand new or been watching for a while, if you see something you like in here, remember to hit that like button for me. Please. It doesn't matter. I'm having fun. I played Magic a little over 20 years ago. I got back into it during the COVID lockdown. My nephew encouraged me when I was tossing around the idea of putting out the videos that I was of my gameplay, and I haven't stopped since. I'm having a blast. We've been gathering a few more followers all the time. And since the days are kind of gone when I had enough spare time to actually get off work and go hang out with friends and game for a couple hours at a time, I'm really glad for the timing that the folks at Magic were able to put this game together and give me a sort of venue to actually still have some time to spend playing this game, because it's I think I'm quoting Forbes magazine when they say it's easy to learn, but it's infinitely deep. There's so many combinations and ways that there's so many thousands of cards, and the way that you can have them interact is really fun to uncover. As always, we tend to lose against the toxic decks. That won't stop us from trying. If Iconoclast can stay out through all of these other spells, that would be awesome. They're already looking at him. They already got rid of him. Hey, that's great. How many of those do they have? Let's go ahead. Come on. Oh, they're holding up priority over something now. That's a sorcery, not an instant, so it's not that particular removal. I put this down because if he survives and we put out the curse, then maybe we get a hit in and we get one of their things. You notice the cheapness is instantaneous. This went from 2 mana cost to just the 1 mandatory red. So we can kick this next turn if we want to. If we want to deal 4 damage to a creature. And they're removing Vedric already. And wouldn't you know, usually these guys have... Do you have protection on that too? Usually these guys have a lot of cards put down. They usually have the Hive enchantment, and they've got tons of 1/1s. Let's just kill it anyway. Tired of your tricks. Elish Norn, of course. Of course, of course, of course. I guess we'll hold on to you for a second. I don't know how much Elish Norn is going to mess me up. I'm going to have to take this hit. Going to have to wait till the end of the turn. Send Elish Norn back up. Which costs 5. So we wait and we flip the switch when they try to cast her again. That's not enough. You need 4. And they get a zombie creature finally. They've got an instant, I guess. But I can't block and neither can they. Is that why? Is this suddenly a mirror match? Because none of us can block? Alright. We're going to do what we can. It would be nice if they would let me carry out my turn. They're really going to freeze every single time. This really slows us down. It's really bad when you're the blue player, and the blues are the ones with the reputation for being notoriously slow, and the mono white player with the simplest poison deck in existence. Put down your toxic guys and just hit the face. There's nothing, more to it than that. You guys are the ones that are freezing on me and causing all the delays. Another Norn. Okay, I don't know if Grafted Identity is going to work. You know what? Let's test it. Let's see. Target you. Sacrifice you. Does it stop it because it's a permanent? If you have complete devotion, that's not going to do anything. Does Elish Norn's ability... No, it doesn't! It doesn't stop it from activating. Because it's not considered an ability yet, it's a spell? That's lovely. Suddenly I'm enjoying myself again. You take all the time you want now. We attack first. Because we want to see what we can get from their deck. Look at how many cards they have. Ouch! That's gotta hurt! You just got hit by your own mother! We'll end the turn there. If they want to waste a removal spell on Norn, that's fine. They don't have a blink spell. But that saves the Iconoclast. Now we attack with 2 people. Here comes Mother, you've been a bad boy. Ready for your spanking. Hit by Mother and then Hospitality. Okay, so I think I only get to choose one of these. So we're going to give you some poison, I guess. Oh no, wait, do I get to play both? Oh, it's per 2 creatures hit, so I get a choice of 1 spell per creature. Okay. Well, that's even better. They might have a board wipe. They've got the Twilight. They don't have the Twilight spell handy. Maybe you should have had a 60-card deck instead of more than 100 cards. We beat a Phyrexian Poison deck! Woohoo! Mark it down in the history books. Alright, let's go one more time. I always feel good when the first couple of matches, whether I win or lose, at least I can demonstrate the theme of the deck and get it across. That's a good day right there. Sometimes I'll have a card that I build the entire deck around and I have 4 copies and the card just never shows up. And I'm like, I swear the card's in there somewhere. That's a lot of land. You know what? This deck requires a lot of land. I will not complain. Might as well be able to tap land up front anyway. Hey, maybe I'm up against a wolf deck and I'll finally get to scry. This is what we want Giralf for, is so we can take one and we can sacrifice. Unfortunately, we had a lot of tap land. Got to be careful. These guys have red and green removal with the fight spells, and oh, hello. Now we have to remember not to cast 2 spells a turn. I tend to forget that. One of the big advantages of playing blue decks is that at some point you're really good at casting extra spells. Okay, here we're just going to hold on for flip the switch, I think. It's gonna hurt. With Howling Moon, even the small creatures, they just pack such a big punch. I guess we need the mana, so we've got a little floating zombie there. And depending on what they bring out, I've got enough mana that I can take somebody. Oh, great. Maybe this will work. Maybe this will work. Nearly dead. I'm not blocking. Oh, I'll block that one. Please tell me you don't have another spell. I couldn't take it. How do we do this? Land and land. 3, 4, 5, 6. 4. Let's see if we just take one more land. Is that the right thing to do? Okay, next we attack. He runs the damage through. Then we sacrifice you, and the toughness is 4. So I get a 4/4 flying zombie. Like, it's interesting artwork for the zombie token there. It's a little patchwork horror. Great. He gets to pump him up, and he has a haste giver. But I can block with that one, right? He's gonna do everything on that one? Oh, shoot. Well, he doesn't have trample. You don't have trample. He threw everything into it. All we can really do is do it again, right? Do we take you so that you can't pump it out? I don't think it matters anymore. I can attack with you. And I've got one good blocker. And if I do that, it doesn't matter because he gets a 2/2 then. It doesn't matter. I couldn't pull it out. Getting that out so quickly to pump up his cheap creatures, there was no way for me to set up in time. We tried, but the wolves beat us. We even got to scry for a change. So maybe there would have been another something besides land that I could have used. He can pump them up so much. That Stormseeker's just a priceless card. I was restricted there, and he got to use every single card in his hand already. And he didn't make a single mistake. Good play. This deck needs a little more setup time. Just a tad. If there was any hesitation, if there was any break in the number of threats, but putting down that many as fast as he did, that was just like a perfect hand for him. He used all of his land. He got exactly the right land that he needed to deploy all of his forces. It wasn't like he was waiting with one big card in his hand. And the Stormseeker with the ability to give haste to anybody and pump them up at the same time. Really powerful card. I don't even think I have 4 of those yet. I don't like getting Otawara as the first of my 2 lands. I have so many special lands, dual lands and stuff, you would think that that wouldn't keep happening. But it does. It happens a lot. Phyrexian Poison decks. There's an oil counter. And we missed our land drop already. So, thanks, Magic. That makes a lot of sense. You already had me lose last hand. They're still doing payback because I had the temerity to beat a Phyrexian deck. That gives them card draw, and we're not going to hang around for this. You can't win against that. You can't just give me 2 land Magic. Just tell me that I'm going to lose and let me play a different match. We want to have fun. You cannot have fun with 2 lands. Sometimes you can if you're mono red, but that's rare. Or if you're a mono green elf deck. That's all green needs for elves. They just need 2 lands. The rest of their mana is supplied by the elves. Okay. The Elite Wizards team that monitors my gameplay has decided to have mercy upon me finally. They're apologizing for land starving me last time. Let's go with blue. Let's get rid of you. I'm kind of curious to see if they're going to bother with removal or if they have a pump-up spell. We do have removal, which is a shame. But I don't think I'm being greedy. I think if I can get one of these guys down to have them stay for a minute, I can get some tokens with my other spells. I wish I would have not missed a land drop. They've got removal. How much removal do you have? Let's just get rid of you now, too. Hey, it's a mirror match. This is going to be fun. Sacrifice a Vadrek to take their Vadrek. There are some times that you get to do things in the game that you've just never seen before. It amuses me. He didn't talk back. I wonder if he's pissed. Let's see. You may play a card. If you didn't, you get... Okay. That's fine. You take the hit. He wants the land. Geralf is the bigger threat. Does he know that? For whatever creature he puts down can be mine. So I need 2 more land, and then I can use this and create copies of stuff. I can take control of anything 5 or more. Look at you! And he's going to do haste just to try and get some damage in. 1 point. So what do we do? Absolutely nothing. Now I got a 3/4. He prefers the land rather than getting the power stones. Excellent. That's something I would like to take control of more than anything else. 4, 5, 6. I need 1 more land. Really? You're going to attack? No, you're not. You're not going to attack me. There's no way you're going to attack me. Do the math. That's what I thought. Okay, that's legendary. So 4, 5. I don't have what I wanted. Okay, but we can just plain take this one. And that's enough. Now Geralf just becomes a chump blocker. Haughty Jin, yes! Oh, please. Oh, he's going to be better for me than for you. That's fine, take him. Take him, put him back down. You just don't understand. He could do haste and have him attack over a head if he's short-sighted. He should want to put down the face breaker. No? Okay. You don't have 5. Do I want to permanently possess Goro Goro? I think I do. I think I'm changing my plans. I need 1 more land. That is not what I wanted, but... Four, 1, 4. I really needed the extra land. It's not going to be the way I wanted it. Okay. Target you. We sacrifice Geralt for it. He's tapped now. They may be able to get a... he may get a dragon out of that. He'd have to attack with the infantry if he did that. I don't think he has enough mana. Now, can you use the Power Stone token to activate that? No, he's just giving them haste. So you just want to hit me with the Facebreaker. You're not going to hit me with the Facebreaker. I hate that they get 8 land and I'm stuck on 5. That really ruined everything. Thanks for nothing. Alright, you come down. I take you. Can I attack with him? Yes, he's got haste. Time for some pressure. That equalizes our health. And now, I go refill my coffers. You don't get that back. Vadric is not the best choice anymore. If he has a Fading Hope, he might get his back. So, alright, we've got it in reserve. My draw cards, my draw 3 did not really help me all that much. Once I got my 6th land, I didn't really need another one after that. Counterspell, okay. And I don't have poison counters. Was that like 8 damage? If they attack with everybody? Why are you attacking with the Facebreaker? I've got 2 untapped. Yeah. They really want to attack, don't they? What? You can't kill anybody. They can exile the treasure. That gains us 1 life. We wait for the opponent, and then we get rid of the extra land. And we need something besides land now. I asked for land a lot, and you didn't give it to me, and I don't need it anymore. And I've got the 2 mana to pay for that if they want to try their counterspell. And 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't think they have life gain. We're going to do this. And I do have a trick if we need to with Geralf that I can do with Haughty Djinn at instant speed. Oh, this is a mirror match. He has Vadrek, he has Iconoclast. He went all in with the, he went crazy with the blue and red colors to try and get all the blue and red combo colors in. There we go. He remembered he could do that. That just gives him land, though. And he's hoarding his counterspell. Maybe I just attack with Vadrek as well and start making trades. Sacrifice Haughty Djinn. Let me have my turn, dude. There we go. 5/5 flying zombie. It's great to be young and insane. Pass. Block. Block. That's all I need to block. They can't block the flyer. They can cast the Consider. They're digging for an answer. There's another land blocker. Close. Kind of interesting. That was fun too. And we get a card. Flesh Taker. That would fit in with my possession if I wanted to do either a red deck where I temporarily take control of their creatures, or a blue deck where I permanently take control of their creatures, right? That's a whole nother way to go about possession if you want to do the combination white-black route. That would be playing 3 colors. That would be tougher. But, you know, we have 5 color decks in here too, so we're willing to do it all. Alright, let me show you the deck one more time. I do like Blue Sun's Twilight. Oh, I hate it if I'm against it, but it is a nice card. I think we have just enough removal, and I think we got the right mix of red and blue cards in terms of controlling their creatures to do some temporarily and some permanently. And I really like this combination even more just because I haven't seen it done before, where you have the temporarily take control of one of their creatures and actually use it as a sacrifice for yet another spell to take control of another one of their creatures. So I've had that happen already in my playtesting. And Geralf is a really good addition to this just because you don't need to worry about it being a sorcery for all the red control cards. You just need 1 blue mana and boom, you can tap them and do it at instant speed. And so that gave me a nice little advantage in the final match there, where I could suddenly have an unexpected defender, and he didn't spot that. So if you do come up against Geralf, keep that in mind of what you can do with him just as a battle tactic, so you don't get surprised if you're on the other side of Geralf. And I think we'll leave it there. Go ahead and leave me your comments. Let me know if I messed up somewhere in my gameplay. Sometimes I play fast and sloppy. So if I lose and I don't spot it and mention it, go ahead and do me a favor and let me know. And I can go back and review the video and spot what I did wrong. But yeah, let me know what you think of the deck, guys. Thanks for joining me, and have a good one.